Hello and welcome. I'm Saeed from StoryPlanet.net. Dive right into the essence of the most captivating books without reading them cover to cover. Whether you're on the go, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, we offer you a unique and enriching listening experience. Today, we are exploring the book, The Confidence Game, a creation by Maria Konnikova. The Confidence Game, 2016, shows how con artists exploit human nature's vulnerabilities to amass wealth. Learn why people trust unbelievable tales, discount proof, and how a con artist leverages basic trust and optimism. Before we delve into these revelations, it's interesting to note that Maria Konnikova, a psychologist holding a PhD, is a renowned author and regular contributor to The New Yorker, focusing on subjects like pop psychology and culture. She resides in New York City and is best known for her book Mastermind: How to Think Like Sherlock Holmes. With 7 key ideas to unveil, brace yourself for a deep dive into this captivating book on StoryPlanet.net. To start, the text discusses the importance of being able to identify or potentially embody characteristics of a master fraudster. The text discusses how people can fall victim to fraud despite thinking they wouldn't by explaining the step-by-step process. Confidence tricksters use to gain victims' trust and execute deceitful schemes. It emphasizes the importance of understanding these tactics to protect oneself from fraud and highlights intriguing examples of how individuals have been deceived in various situations. Key idea number 1. Con artists excel by gaining thorough knowledge about others, while many people generally prefer to know less about others. Observing others can lead to assumptions about their lives, but delving too deep can have negative outcomes. A study showed that couples who understood each other less reported being happier. Knowing too much about someone can lead to a decrease in likability. This knowledge is exploited by confidence tricksters to manipulate and take advantage of vulnerable individuals. The ability to identify vulnerabilities and gain trust are key skills utilized by con artists to successfully deceive others. Key idea number 2. Con artists cleverly build trust with their targets before deceiving them. Charismatic people with the ability to charm can be effective leaders or deceivers, a trait crucial for con artists seeking to appear trustworthy. A victim of a con artist, Joan, fell for Greg's charm, only to discover his fabricated life story after digging deeper. Con artists often gain trust by mimicking their victims' traits and creating a false sense of similarity through techniques like mimicking expressions, mirroring body language, or pretending to share common values before setting their trap. Key idea number 3. Con artists employ traditional tactics to manipulate individuals into their fraudulent activities. Con artists use techniques like the foot-in-the-door strategy to manipulate people into agreeing to larger requests. They exploit initial small favors to gain trust and make more significant demands later on. Examples include a fake Nigerian princess and an elaborate charity auction scam involving a bronze pig sculpture. Starting with an extravagant request and then scaling down is another tactic used to deceive kind-hearted individuals. It's essential to be cautious and aware of such manipulative tactics to avoid falling victim to scams. Key idea number 4. Con artists manipulate their victims by exploiting their desire to feel unique and better than others. People's self-perception can be inaccurate, making them vulnerable to con artists who exploit their ideals. An example is a case involving a professor deceived by a fake online model into carrying cocaine. Con artists like Thierry Tilly manipulate individuals, or even entire families, by leveraging their sense of pride or vulnerabilities. Con artists' knowledge of human psychology enables them to deceive people effectively. Key idea number 5. Con artists manipulate overly optimistic victims by creating a false sense of success. People may fall for deceptive schemes and scams due to an innate optimism about the future. This tendency can lead individuals to believe in false promises and illusions of success, even when faced with evidence of deceit. Examples such as gambling winnings, fraudulent investments, and art forgeries highlight the impact of false optimism on decision-making and susceptibility to manipulation. Key idea number 6. Reluctance to change beliefs benefits tricksters. Humans have a tendency to hold on to their beliefs even when faced with contradictory evidence, a concept known as cognitive dissonance. This behavior was observed in a cult who believed the end of the world was near but adjusted their beliefs when it didn't happen. Con artists exploit this by gaining trust and dismissing evidence against them. For instance, a rancher was easily deceived into investing by a charming acquaintance who manipulated his trust. Key idea number 7. A good reputation can hide the true intentions of con artists. A police officer faces a tempting offer to hide overlooked evidence in exchange for a promotion from a clerk. Our reputation is crucial as it influences trust and collaboration. Trust stems from having a good reputation. People are wary of damaging their reputation by being seen as foolish. Con artists can exploit this fear of reputation damage to deceive, as shown in a story where victims didn't report a con artist out of embarrassment for falling for a false story about gaining treasure. In conclusion, the book highlights that everyone can fall victim to con artists, urging individuals to identify and understand their own weaknesses to become less susceptible. By recognizing emotional triggers and impulsive behaviors, people can avoid being exploited by recognizing and not falling for manipulation tactics. The suggested further reading is Mastermind by Maria Konnikova, which delves into improving thinking and decision-making skills using Sherlock Holmes's observation, imagination, and deduction techniques. Thank you for listening to this summary. If you enjoyed this exploration, we invite you to discover other fascinating books on storyplanet.net. Don't wait any longer. A multitude of books, stories, and knowledge await you there. See you soon on storyplanet.net.